everybody. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon, and I actually took some time for myself to get back to the Sham Unveiled. Welcome, and we got a lot to talk about today. I want to talk about the big, beautiful breakup, is one thing. Trump and Musk at each other's throats, which I think we all knew would happen eventually. I mean, I called this in January. These are two huge egos, money grubbing, power shifting people who want to be king, and there's only room for one king. Although in the United States, there's room for no kings, but in their minds, they want to take it all, win or take it all. And so, very recently, in the last few weeks, things have gotten really ugly since Musk supposedly left the government. And he doesn't like what he sees in Trump's big, beautiful bill. And quite frankly, I don't either. I hate the damn thing. It's horrible. It's a power grab. It's a money grab, and it's awful for most of the Americans in this country. But Musk, I think, was okay with it for a while until he saw that, wow, the bill is not going to save money. It's actually going to increase the deficit of the American government. I don't think he was having a problem when he was really lying and deceiving us all about the Doge savings, which we know didn't really have any savings. In fact, there was one of his employees came forward and said, we found very little savings, and I was actually surprised at how efficient the government had been running. But these guys are never going to admit that. Musk complaining about the $4 trillion and the debt ceiling cap. Trump doesn't like it, of course. So what's happened is they've taken to war at each other. Trump on Truth Social, Musk on X, and they're really cutting each other down. So I had a friend the other day, we were talking about this, and she said, "Man, now would be a great time to invest in popcorn because get it out, pop it up, and watch the show. Fireworks are going to come early this 4th of July. Those two guys going at each other is a beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing. And hopefully, they'll start ratting each other out on all the little misdeeds and behind the scenes, which Musk has already started by relating to the people on X that Trump is named in the Epstein files. And that's why they haven't been released. Well, we knew that. We know he's on the flight logs. We know Pam Bondi is nothing but a ass kissing little witch. She's going to do anything she can. Oh, they all are, to protect Trump. So I hope they dish about all the mischievous little behind the scenes things that's been going on with this government. Efficiency of this bill is not going to save money. And one thing I want to say is the libertarians have stepped up to say, we hate this bill. And if I had done this broadcast a week ago, I would have said, hey, let's join the libertarians. We don't want this bill to be deceased, although for the opposite reasons. We don't like the money grab that Trump, of course, is always going to give himself and his cronies. But I would have said, let's join the libertarians in this fight. Anything to kill this bill. They want more cuts. We want the bill dead. But now, in order to save this bill, they're looking at concessions to the libertarians and actually looking at not just Medicaid cuts, but Social Security and Medicare. And so I'm glad that I have been a little busy and not here because I think I would have given some really awful advice. No, the libertarians might get their way. So hopefully God's grace will shine upon us and find a way to smote this ugly damn bill because it's going to be the ruination of America. And not just because of funding. Money is money. Most of us can live barely on what we have. Rich people like Trump, it's never enough. It's like oxygen. They've got to create more wealth, more policies that give them more wealth. Do you remember in his first term, and he tried to they tried to debunk Obamacare, and he tried his own health care. Well, that was a big money grab too. And thank you, John McCain, for killing that because that would have been another way through healthcare, the guise of healthcare for the American people, for Trump to get richer. This is the same thing. But unfortunately, we have some parasitic ass kissing Congress Republicans who gave it to him, will give him anything he wants just to be on the nice list for Santa Trump and throw us all to the wolves. But besides money, this bill has some very loathsome policies hidden inside of it. And biggest one being that anybody in Trump's government who wants to defy court orders, it's been our courts who have been keeping his awful dictator agenda at bay. Well, there's a policy in there that's hidden, and we should be talking about this more. Come on, news people, where the fuck are you? Talk about this shit because if passed, Trump can defy every court order from the federal Supreme Court included, making them just advisory, suggestive. Like, well, we suggest that you don't break the Constitution. We suggest that don't destroy the Constitution. No, if this passes also, and he will run rampant on just defying court orders, which we know he's already been doing. He's already been creating that crisis of the Constitution because he wants to reign over it. He wants to replace it with himself. We we have to find a way to stop this. We just do, and keep all of them ass kissing Congress people, all of those representatives who just handed their power and their ball sack and gave it to Trump and said, "Here, my lord and my master. Here is the power that you need, that I give to you," simply because they think they're going to keep their jobs, and they might. If he gets the power to defy court orders legally, then we don't have hope in hell because he'll continue to legally now defy court orders. And even though our judiciary system has been getting exasperated by him and getting, you know, just short tempered, Trump holds out because basically he's saying to them, I have an army and you don't. That's our crisis. That's our crisis. And what do we do? He is the, you know, chief for our military services. So, oh man, you people that voted him in, I am trying so hard not to blame you, although this was your doing. If you've seen the error of your ways, help us. Help us destroy all of these bad ideas. You may love him, but hate his policy, and I'm good with that. But help us destroy these policies. But if you still think, oh, he's doing what we elected him to do, then you are an awful person. You're as awful as he is. And so, to hell with you then. There's another thing that outside of the big, horrendous, ugly, fucked up bill is there is a reorganization government restructure act that is happening in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. And this is vital. So you need to know that you need to call your ass kissing senators and call those Democrats, get them off their goddamn asses. Fight this in every way you can. So what this does is this really reins in uh, all of the power, all of the rights to the executive branch, eliminating the agencies that Trump dislikes, the Department of Education and consumer agencies that Musk loved to get rid of because they were on his ass for all of his poor quality Teslas and safety dodging requirements. This act, this Reorganizing Government Act, will give him the full authority to eliminate any agency that he wants to and the separation of powers. Right now, we know Congress has just turned their back on their own power. They've just handed it over, kissed the toes of Trump. But it has been our judiciary branch that has been saving our asses because they have been reversing all of his executive orders that he thinks that he can just do anything he wants, and they've been stopping him. And as of recently, he had like 4 losses in the federal courts just yesterday. He's been ordered to stop uh, detaining and getting immigrants out of the country without due process. He was ordered to reinstate the Department of Education and also hire back all of that staff. But it's been our judiciary system that has been saving us from climbing into hell from the pit of Trump. This reorganizing government, which Congress seems willing to give him the power to be the authoritarian dictator that he is. And I don't think it'll stop there. What does that do for our elections if he's able to decide we're going to get rid of elections? I am going to be your president for as long as I want, and then I'll will it on to whoever I want, which is probably his dumbass kids. Um, but I digress. And I just wanted to give you that update on we need to fight what Congress is doing. We need to fire everybody in Congress that is giving him the power to destroy our Constitution. There you have it. This is a short one today, but I'm going to make a few more because there's some other things I want to talk about. I had another meeting with Gabe Evans. That will be one. And also, I want to bring you more updates on things other than Trump. We're going to talk also about CD8 in Colorado, which is turning into a wild hair jackass race. And I will give you all the updates on that. But until then, please keep fighting, get out there, and really give it hell, people. Thank you.